vigilante operation aimed to kill the exercise of First Amendment rights. That's the FBI under the Obama administration. So I just want to note, in a different format, how little in some respects has changed. So first, you get hooded, cuffed, so you couldn't budge. They take you to a cell, there's no lawyer, there's no judge. It doesn't matter what you did or didn't do if there's a grudge, any reason. Anyone might have to give a nudge, because once you're in custody by authorities, you are done, son, because agencies presume guilt by association. You better confess, or it will be a hellish situation. There was a time our nation offered the world inspiration. Now our policies encourage human rights violations. They push you off a plane. You can't tell if it's night or day. You don't know where you are. You've never been there anyway. But here at Camp X-Ray for years will stay. Welcome to the Terrordrome. Gitmo Bagram. The president changes, but abuses go on. We don't apply the law equally. We haven't jailed John Yoo or imprisoned Jay Biden. Millions of Americans, mind you, rot in jails. A quarter of our planet's prisoners, males, females, shackled to a gurney while giving birth. If you're lucky, you might escape rape. First, there's violence committed by guards, prison gangs, entire enterprises to smuggle different things. But the one thing you won't find in any jail is justice. The courts, the judges, the system says trust us, but look close and you'll see different rules. It's mass incarceration for most of us fools, while the officials who authorize torture as a tool get paid taxpayer dollars to make new laws and teach in public schools. Welcome to the Terrordrome. Bagram Gitmo. The president changes, but we already know that we won't apply the law equally until we jail John Yoo and imprison Jay Biden. They blindfold you, put you on a table strapped down. There's a doctor in the corner, make sure you won't drown. You'll breathe only water till they bring you around. The whole world is listening, but never hears a sound. For days at a time, they won't let you sleep or even sit or lie down. You must stand on your feet. No one can visit you because there aren't any roads. When you pray, they throw your holy books in the commode. What happens to you? No one anywhere really knows. I hate to say it, y'all, but America seems to want more, and it shows. Allegations of abuse unanswered grow and grow, turning hearts and minds abroad into our newest round of foes. Welcome to the Terrordrome. Gitmo Bagram. The president changes, but abuses go on. We can't apply the law equally until we jail John Yoo and imprison Dick Cheney. Jail John Yoo, imprison Dick Cheney. With me, jail John Yoo, imprison Dick Cheney. Jail John Yoo, imprison Dick Cheney. Thanks for being out today. What's up?
Threatened by this and is waging a low-profile war against his government. So as you hear about Iraq and Afghanistan, also keep an ear out for what's happening in Latin America, specifically in Honduras. Many of you also heard about what happened in Ecuador a couple of days ago, an attempted coup that by most accounts was backed by the U.S. as well. Again, somebody earlier mentioned the role of independent media. I encourage all of you to keep an eye and ear posted on independent media and on what's happening in Latin America. Again, thank you so much for listening.
Hello everyone, I'm Jane Hirschman. I'm with the U.S. boat to Gaza. The Audacity of Hope is the name of the boat. We will be sailing with the next international flotilla, which was going to leave sometime late fall, we hope. You will see people going through the community today who's gathered here asking for money. We have $100,000 more we have to raise in order to get our boat, because you know the Israelis take your boat. So no one's going to lend us a boat to get there. This is the first time there will be a U.S. flagged ship in the international flotilla. We are demanding that our government stop supporting the Israeli occupation. Our government spends $30 billion. They just approved it in Congress to help give military aid to Israel. We are saying stop the siege, stop the occupation. This can no longer go on in our name. Please give whatever you can give. It's very important that we leave with the next international flotilla. Thank you very much. Sabrina Green, International Concerned Family and Friends from Mumia Abu Jamal. Free Mumia Abu Jamal! Free the Cuban Five! Free all Jamal, which has been going back and forth as a volleyball in his case since the 1990s, where they've been supposedly throwing the death sentence out, putting it in, throwing it in, trying to confuse people to think that Mumia is alive or out of jail. The truth is, Mumia has still been sitting on death row. On number 7 is another case, which will be in the 3rd Circuit. Please follow that as closely as possible. We need for you to mobilize as it was in 1995 when they tried to kill Mumia on Marcus Garvey's birthday. We're not having it. We're going to stand strong for one who has always stood strong for others with his commentaries. He's the one that educated us and others about the issue of Palestine and the many other issues as well. And today we're here as a march for jobs. Well, let me tell you what just happened last week. The elections in Venezuela. Did you know that $50 million went over there to try to thwart that election? But it didn't happen. We can learn a lot from Chavez and the socialist revolutionary that is in Venezuela. When you go to Venezuela, you have health care. Even if you come and visit it, everybody has health care, everybody has housing, and everybody has jobs. Even though the oligarchy is trying to put a thought against Chavez and the unions and people that are working. But it's not happening because it's standing strong as possible. And then the country next to in Colombia, with a lot of organizations that have been labor unions have been kicked out of their positions. And you've got to stand strong for that. So as we see, the imperialism is all around everywhere. Even in Somalia, where they have taken a person and labeled him a terrorist in his own land, trying to stop pollution in the waters of his land. And then we go further into Palestine. No excuse, absolutely no excuse on the case of Palestine when they're being removed from their land and those settlements are standing there. But we have sort of a victory here. Emmanuel is out of office. Did you know that he was a Zionist? But now, that does not mean anything for us to lay off, because it means our work is on, because they're saying that was the liberal that was going out, and then we have more of a conservative coming in. So, some very key, important dates. October 7th in New York, a film that will be presented and everything. And most importantly, October the 9th in Philadelphia. Join us with Malcolm X's grandson, Fred Hampton, and Philadelphia. We are marching